Welcome to this episode of Dr. Tami Talks. Today we are talking self-directed neuroplasticity. What an amazing topic. This is your capacity, your power to change your brain, which can change your life. I love knowing that the brain is plastic, meaning malleable, and that it's constantly searching for new connections. It's constantly ready to change, and it's ready for you to direct it. This is a capacity that we fully step into when we're in our mid-20s. For women, it's 23. For men, it's around the age of 25, when your prefrontal cortex becomes fully online. It is ready to go to work for you. Now, this is such an interesting topic because self-directed neuroplasticity is the thing that allows us to become the creators of our own lives. And when we know how to use this skill, which is one that I am in love with, it is not lost on me that this is inherent to the way that we're designed. We as human beings have been so exquisitely, intelligently designed. And when we learn how to work with this design, when we step into what it is that we were designed to be, which is the creators of our own lives, of our own experience, then our lives become this playground where we get to realize that all of it is an experiment. Everything is an opportunity to see what we've created and to create anew if we don't like what we see. So often we take the circumstances around us and we make them mean something about us. And what self-directed neuroplasticity is here to so boldly declare to us is that you are the creator. You were the one that was equipped with the ability to direct the way your brain is shaped and molded and how it will perform and function for you. When we gain access to this, it is through rebalancing the nervous system. Self-directed neuroplasticity is theory. If we don't have a balanced nervous system, we don't have access to the prefrontal cortex. We have an inability to move out of the stress survival brain, which so many of us are living in, which I lived in for so long. And when we're living in this survival region of the brain, which is really also known as the lizard or reptilian brain, then we do not have access to our full capacity of self-directed neuroplasticity. And we're stuck in sort of default neuroplasticity, which means we just keep recreating more of the same and ending up with, well, more of the same. My recent exploration into some of this research has helped me discover that the majority of our stress-based patterns and reactions are actually embedded into our neural circuitry between the ages of 3 and 5 years old. So if you're experiencing extreme levels of stress, if you're acting on stress-based neural circuitry, if you feel stress in your body, if it's showing up in your elevated heart rate, if it's showing up in heart palpitations, if it's showing up with diabetes, arthritis, or anxiety, overwhelm, burnout, these are all very, very common signs of stress overload in the nervous system. And not all is lost. The beauty of this, now that I understand this work in such a deeper, more nuanced way, is that I see these as signs that it is our time to pay attention in a new way. The vagus nerve, which is really the seat of the parasympathetic nervous system, which is what counteracts all of the sympathetic stress-based patterning that's being experienced in the brain and the body, is not an accident. And I believe that this vagus nerve is actually the soul nerve, that it has been given to us as a direct extension of source energy. These are my beliefs. You don't have to have them. But when I understand this, it helps me to also understand that whenever I'm in a stress-based reaction, whenever I'm living on that sympathetic circuitry, that there is always a belief that I have or a thought that I'm thinking, which is I mean, really, beliefs are just thoughts that we keep thinking. Every time I'm feeling a stress-based reaction, it's an invitation for me to take a look at what it is that I'm thinking. Because the invitation is always that there's a belief somewhere here that does not serve me, that does not serve my flourishing, that does not serve my greatest good. And whenever I choose to engage in really stressful thoughts and emotions, I deplete my health, I deplete my happiness, and I deplete my ability to live a joyfully successful life. I am no longer willing to do any of those things. And I know you're not either. So let me just say, I love you and thank you for being here. Because this work is so much fun when I know I'm doing it with you. Why self-directed neuroplasticity becomes, I think, so critically important is that when we understand that when we're in a stress-based system, we don't actually have access to this capacity to change our thoughts, to shift our emotions. We were not designed to live in our survival stressed brain. We were designed for balance. When we have inner balance, when we have nervous system balance, this is when we unlock our greatest potential and capacity for self-directed neuroplasticity. Because your brain is where your mind is derived from. The thoughts you think, the neuronal networks that create the habits, we are habit forming machines. And when you know that it's really the habits that define everything that we do in life, you'll become increasingly interested in these habitual patterns and then get fiercely interested in repatterning them. So there's 3 phases. There's rebalancing the nervous system. There's repatterning these habitual stress-based patterns, and then there's reprogramming the mind, the brain, which is where self-directed neuroplasticity really comes in, because we can guide it, we can shape it. And when we do, we become the directors of our lives. And, I'm not necessarily a religious person per se, but I am spiritual. In the sense that I believe we have been so divinely designed. I believe that what the wisdom traditions tell us, that we were made in the image of God, means that we were made to be the creators, the co-creators of this experience. And that we've been given everything that we need to do that. When you were given a brain, a nervous system, and a heart, and a body that houses it, you were given everything you need. It's time. This is a new era. This is a new time for us to learn how to work with these things so that we can be truly liberated. And the stress-based patterns that we're carrying, we don't have to carry shame around them anymore. We've made stress mean something about us when really stress is always here to invite us to evolve and grow into the highest, best versions of ourselves. So self-directed neuroplasticity, I think, is one of the greatest gifts that we have. And my invitation to you is to start practicing your own. Start noticing what you pay attention to. Start noticing what you're shaping your mind towards. If we're not spending any time balancing our nervous systems and getting really intentional about what it is that we want to experience in a day, if we're not spending just a little bit of time looking at our unconscious stress-based habits and behaviors and patterns of being and liberating them, evolving past them, transforming them into who we want to be, then change isn't going to happen. You becoming who you want to be doesn't happen by accident. And you know that, my friends. We as a culture obsess about actions, taking different action, changing our behaviors. When we become so obsessed with actions and behavior change, it's really easy to forget that all of this originates in our thoughts and our emotions. And so if we want a different result in life, if we want something else, we want to get fiercely curious with respect and honor and love, curious about the thoughts and the emotions that are driving the behaviors that we want to change. My friend, when you unlock that, now you can repattern it. And now you can reprogram. You can intentionally choose new thoughts, new emotions that yield the actions, the results, and the outcomes that you want in this life. I want to see you step into this role as the powerful creator of your life. I want to see you guarding your mind, directing your thoughts in a way that nourishes you, in a way that allows you to live to your highest ideals and goals and potentials for you, for the people you love, for the work you love. You are never the victim. It's so easy to fall into it. And I still do sometimes. I'm human. I'm human, just like you. We can have grace. We can have compassion. We can let ourselves off the hook and we can get right back at it. No shame, no blame. No, we just get right back to work. I had a client recently who said, oh, the invitation for 1% improvement every day has been the greatest gift. And I want to extend that gift to you. What if your goal was just to be 1% better every day? That is so doable. And over a year, you're over 36 times improved. That's an improvement of 365%. We can do this. And when we do incremental, bit by bit progress, we find that this radically changed the trajectory of our lives. You get to do this work from the comfort of your own home. It's incredible. And that's the SMART program. The Stress Mastery and Resilience Training Program is going to be opening for just 48 hours. I want you on the wait list. If this interests you, if you want to be the master of your life, if you want to learn how to do self-directed neuroplasticity so that you become the agent of change that you want to see in your life, I invite you to join us, where we're going to be dismantling the conditions and the stress-based habit patterns that we've inherited. Literally, they've been imprinted into us. And it's the journey of a lifetime to go about finding them and releasing them and evolving past them. And it can be fun. It is painful at times. It is hard to see where we've been wrong or wronged or where we're wronging others. This isn't necessarily easy work, but it's simple, it's effective, and it's proven. And for that reason, because it can be painful, we come together in community with so much love for one another, with so much compassion. We come together looking for the best in one another, holding that vision. I will hold that vision for you. I see you in your highest light. I see you achieving your greatest good. I see you living healthy, happy, joyfully successful in your life. Step into it. I'm inviting you. It's here for you. We can do it together. So join the SMART program. I hope I see you on the wait list. Even more, I hope I see you in the program. I absolutely love you. Thanks for listening. And don't forget that self-directed neuroplasticity, baby, you were born with it. It's time to put it to work for you. Let's go. Take care. I will see you next time. Bye.